Parsley with the K-State Research and Extension, Wyandotte County. I'm the Horticulture Extension Agent here, and I wanted to give it a minute to talk to you guys a little bit about selecting pumpkins and how you can make your pumpkins last a little bit longer through this festive season. So I have here a pumpkin that we picked up just from the store down the street. Some things you want to look for whenever you're selecting your pumpkins. You're going to want it to be generally free of any spots, soft lesions, any type of punctures, anything of that nature. One thing that you can look for when you selecting a mature pumpkin, you should try to do something called the fingernail test, where you attempt to penetrate this waxy surface here. And a mature pumpkin, you won't be able to break in that way. Another thing to look for is the old thump test. You can give them a good old, and it should give a reverberating sound as if it were hollow. Another key point when inspecting pumpkin for ripeness, whether it be out in the field or out at the store, is the stem. You want to have a nice present stem, good green color, not brittle or breaking in any way. So one thing we always like to do with pumpkins, something festive for the Halloween season, is making good old jack-o'-lanterns like this one we have right here. One thing people are prone to doing when making their jack-o'-lantern is hollowing it out. Makes it better for a candle, a light, some sort of illuminating body so that it has that spooky appearance that you can notice at night. One mistake people tend to make though is removing the top of the pumpkin. As you can see, the stem here, as we just talked about, is a key element of the pumpkin's anatomy for structure, water retention. Pumpkins have a very high water content. As they start to lose that water content is where we run into issues of degradation. And just to make your pumpkin be able to last a little bit longer, there's some techniques that you can employ, such as I have right here, making a cut from the back as this, and it even makes it a little bit easier to hollow out. Another place you can cut it actually is going to be the bottom. I don't have this part cut itself, but that is another option that you can do. And like I said, leaving the stem intact is going to have a significant impact on the longevity of your jack-o'-lantern. Another thing you can do in order to prolong a little bit of that is going to be to use bleach solution inside of the pumpkin. Usually recommended to be about a 10% spray with using bleach, 10% bleach, 90% water. That's going to keep bugs away. It's going to stop a little bit of mold from developing inside that. Some people like to compost their pumpkins afterwards. There are some more organic friendly options that you can do, such as vinegar solution spray, or you can also apply a petroleum-based jelly such as Vaseline. That's another way you can prolong a little bit of that inside the pumpkin. Another huge way that you can extend the life of your pumpkin is to not use an open flame real candle inside. That's going to severely dry out your pumpkin and shorten life. And especially if you opt for that petroleum-based solution inside, you definitely don't want any open flames. Another thing that you can do in order to keep your pumpkin going a little bit longer through the season is going to be bring it inside if it gets to be freezing temperatures. Whenever that pumpkin freezes, it's going to lose its capacity to hold some of that moisture that they have, and that is going to cause a little bit of sagging, a little bit of structural degradation. And so if you can bring them inside, put them in the garage over freezing temps, that's going to help you a lot. Another technique you can use to really extend the life of your pumpkin is skip the hollowing out process altogether and make etch marks just here on the surface of the pumpkin. Totally fine to do. A lot of people opt to throw their pumpkins away at the end of the year. That's fine. However, there are some really good things you can do afterwards, such as composting your pumpkins. They make great food for wildlife. You can cut them into bits, stash those in your garden for an extra source of added nitrogen to your soil. And farm animals also enjoy these, your pigs, your chickens of sorts. So some great uses for your pumpkins through this festive holiday.